To the uninitiated, it's a cruel way to treat plants. Uprooting, defoliating, wiring, bending, carving, and generally stunting their growth. But to the enthusiast, it's a great way to learn about trees and to derive pleasure from approximations of their beauty and majesty in nature. Take, for instance, the sight of a gnarled and windswept tree clinging to the face of a cliff. There is no substitute to catching a glimpse of this vista in the wild. But while waiting for that rare chance to take that strenuous but invigorating trek through the countryside where such vistas abound, one can settle for the next best thing. A view of one's garden designed as a miniature landscape, accented with rocks in which faces cling plants that look like cliff-hugging trees from a distance. Trees and other plant species grown from seed or harvested in the wild can be trained in pots to become miniature versions of their original towering, shade-providing, and weather-beaten selves in nature. This through the process of leaf and root pruning, trunk and wire branching, and bending that is the art and science of bonsai. Bonsai first appeared in China over 1,000 years ago and was originally known there as punsai, or the practice of growing single specimen trees in pots. Early punsai specimens displayed sparse foliage and rugged gnarled trunks that often looked like animals, dragons, and birds. Chinese punsai is said to come from the landscape of the imagination. Images of fiery dragons and coiled serpents take precedence over images of trees, making this an altogether different art form from that of bonsai developed by the Japanese. As with most Chinese cultural trademarks, the Japanese adapted Chinese bonsai as their own. The adaptation was initiated by Zen Buddhist monks who refined the art presumably as an aid to meditation in Zen temple grounds. Love for bonsai eventually spread to the Japanese elite, who looked upon the plants as symbols of prestige and honor. Over time, bonsai became commonplace in Japan, where popular demand for the art prompted the establishment of nurseries dedicated to growing plants for the specific purpose of bonsai culture. Cultural contact with other countries thereafter led to the spread of love for the art and science of bonsai beyond Japan. There are now vibrant communities of bonsai lovers and enthusiasts throughout Asia, even in Europe, and the Americas. In the Philippines, many towns and cities have bonsai clubs. At the national level, there is the Philippine Bonsai Society, or the PBS, the oldest organization of this sort in the country. Apart from the PBS, there is the Kapisanan ng mga Pinoy sa Sining ng Bonsai, or KPSB, a newly formed association of landscapers, horticulturists, traders, and hobbyists who share one thing in common. Its members are all artists who grow, train, and design their own bonsai. KPSB holds free seminars aimed at teaching Filipinos the art and science so that more of them can become artists in their own right.